Okay, so what we want you to do now is spread the word about this drill. Talk to your friends and neighbors, your employer, the businesses you frequent. Like I said, we may be at Walmart, we'll see your schools. And your level of personal preparedness will determine the quality of life after the quake, your quality of life. So keep that in mind. And then stay informed through the Shakeout website. We also have the Seneca North State Provident Living page right there. Join it. So you'll get updates of all, let's see, I posted that today. You'll get all these things on your Facebook feed if you're on Facebook, or the list. Did the list get around? Did everybody get on the list? No. Where's the list? Okay, it needs to go back. Who didn't? Raise your hand if you didn't get a list. The back people did not get on the list. You want to be on the list because that's where the prizes are coming from, so get on the list. No, the list actually, that's a cool thing, but you'll also get, I talked about this already, you get direct information about the classes that we have upcoming and other things going on. For example, next Saturday on St. Patrick's Day the 17th, there's a young man named Mason Holbrook, and he's doing an Eagle Project and putting on a preparedness fair. And there's going to be 12 different presenters, and they are experts at what they do. And it's going to be a knowledge and skills heavy fair. It's going to be very, very informative. There's not going to be vendors there selling stuff. They're not trying to sell you plastic wrap ponchos and tube tents. This is really good survival preparedness information and for the whole family. And that's at the church on 8th South and 6th East or West? 6th West in Payson, just up the street from Walmart. As you're going up the hill, it's the one on your left there. So that's going to be from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock next Saturday on St. Patrick's Day the 17th. So those kinds of things will come out on the email list. So you'll be informed of those firsthand. You won't have to hear it from whoever you heard it from today. I already said that too, I think. I'm repeating myself. Any other questions? You all know exactly what to do? If you don't, we have handouts. That little newspaper-like thing has everything I covered here except for the food storage room. I added that because that's important to me. I don't have vases, I have jars, so that's why that's in there. It's not in your little handout, but just remember it. And then make sure you grab, there's a couple of other things. The communication plan, get enough for your family. There's 4 on a page, so if your family's 8, get 2. And then top 10 lists for budget, preparedness on a budget. So here's 10 ideas of how to get prepared on a budget. This all comes from Be Ready, Utah. Also, let's see. I think that was it, except for the door prizes. Any other questions? Someone asked a question. Yes? Can you stand up and turn around so we can hear you? Thank you.
Destroyed is my dad put a tote and he put like clothing and a tent in his shed out away from his house, because what if your house and everything in it is destroyed? So I just thought I would share that with you because I thought that was kind of neat.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's very, very smart. In fact, Brother Ross had a similar story. Go ahead.
I was going to suggest gasoline, propane in the home is not only unsafe, it will nullify your insurance. And it's.
Are you speaking to me directly?
Anybody that has gasoline in containers in their garage besides their car can have negated their insurance policy.
If your house explodes.
If you have more than 5 gallons of propane in your house, I guess they figure a barbecue tank full. Any more than that, you have also negated your thing. Small outside building, lock it up.
Do you sell sheds?
What's that?
Do you sell sheds?
I have several though, but I do not sell them.
Okay.
Right, and then the other thing that the Red Cross lady said is make sure your stuff is accessible. When the earthquake happened at her home, she'd been responding for years and years and years. When it happened at her home, it took them a week to get to the emergency supplies because they were deep in the house.
Because all her eggs are in one
And
basket.
so the neighbor had to feed them and water them until they could dig in to where the good stuff was. And so she says, put it out where it's available when it's all over.
That's what I was going to say. I have stuff upstairs and downstairs. So if my stairs collapse, then I can still get to stuff like a first aid kit, food, and everything upstairs. But I also have it downstairs, first aid kit, food, and everything,
She has 2 baskets.
That's right. Good idea.
Yes.
On the string of this, are the prices only good for a certain amount of time?
They're probably good till the shakeout at least. I'll have to ask him if he didn't put it on there. I don't know. Yeah. Will you come up and do that? For our stake communication drill, see the stake is taken a little bit farther than the drop, cover, and hold. They're doing this communication drill to see how fast information can get from the members up to the leadership.
This will come through your wards very soon.
And if it doesn't, ask.
Yes, if it doesn't ask, it should be happening in the next week. There's 5 things that the stake presidency have agreed on that we need to prepare, and you'll get a flyer or a handout from your ward, hopefully, like I said, in the next week. But they're secure your water heater, prepare water storage.
At least 2 weeks
Yes, at least 2 weeks.
per person. That's a gallon per person per day,
At least, as a bare
at least.
14 gallons per person on average. Sorry to do math.
And there's more information than this. There's a lot on this little, as much as you can possibly put on one piece of paper, I'll guarantee you.
And it's still a 12 point, so you should be able to read it.
Secure your water heater, prepare your water storage, make a family plan, prepare and maintain a 72-hour kit at home, at work, and your car, and prepare for communication. Exactly what we talked about with communication with the drill. And we're hoping that these 5 things, as many of them as possible, can be done before the drill. We do understand that some of that probably can't happen in some cases, but as much as possible, and then to continue so that very soon we all have these 5 things as a minimum to be prepared in our homes. So you will see this from your wards coming very soon.
Can I clarify the water? You want 2 weeks per person, but you want 3 days of it to be portable. I know a lot of you have those big drums, those are great, but if you have to leave your house, you need something portable. You can't carry those drums, they're
They're
pretty
like 440 pounds or something. So Jared could do it, but other than that,
heavy. In those 2 weeks, you want 3 days portable, and then the rest. Does that make sense to everybody?
so in 2-liter bottles or in the water cubes, the 5-gallon water cubes, just easily accessible. Every time you empty a juice or a soda bottle, wash it out, clean it out, and fill it up with water. Since you're using municipal water and there's no crisis right now, the water is treated, you do not need to treat it on the way into the jar. Have a way to treat it on the way out. This is a really, really great way to do that for small amounts. This is up to 100-gallon water filter. This comes from the Church Distribution Center, and it's $16 with 1 filter, or $22 with an extra filter if you want an extra filter. So it's a really inexpensive way to filter up to 100 gallons of water, and it's very light. You know, you can go to find another water source and be able to make sure your water's clean that way. Back to the state communication part. Are we going to let the words take care of that?
Yes.
Okay, I won't say any more on that. Hopefully you'll be contacted by whoever in your ward is doing that, your busy teachers or home teachers, and be able to help them get the information out to the stake where it needs to get. Anything else?